If you're not stubborn, you'll give up on experiments too soon. And if you're not flexible, you'll pound your head against the wall and you won't see a different solution to a problem you're trying to solve. We see our customers as invited guests to a party, and we are the hosts. It's our job every day to make every important aspect of the customer experience a little bit better. One of the things that I hope will distinguish Amazon.com is that we continue to be a company that defies easy analogy. This requires a lot of innovation, and innovation requires a lot of random walk. Why focus on cash flows? Because a share of stock is a share of a company's future cash flows, and, as a result, cash flows more than any other single variable seem to do the best job of explaining a company's stock price over the long term. Until July, Amazon.com had been primarily built on two pillars of customer experience, selection and convenience. In July, as I already discussed, we added a third customer experience pillar, relentlessly lowering prices. Focus on the big decisions. As a senior executive, what do you really get paid to do? He asks. You get paid to make a small number of high-quality decisions. Your job is not to make thousands of decisions every day. Most big technology companies are competitor-focused. They see what others are doing, and then work to fast follow. In contrast, 90 to 95% of what we build in AWS is driven by what customers tell us they want. As a company grows, everything needs to scale, including the size of your failed experiments. If the size of your failures isn't growing, you're not going to be inventing at a size that can actually move the needle. I wanted to project myself forward to age 80 and say, okay, I'm looking back on my life. I want to minimize the number of regrets I have. And I knew that when I was 80, I was not going to regret having tried this. Entrepreneurs must be willing to be misunderstood for long periods of time. My grandfather looked at me, and after a bit of silence, he gently and calmly said, "Jeff, one day you'll understand that it's harder to be kind than clever." Complaining is not a strategy. You have to work with the world as you find it, not as you would have it be. You've worn me down as an awful decision-making process. It's slow and de-energizing. Go for quick escalation instead, it's better. Such things aren't meant to be easy. We are incredibly fortunate to have this group of dedicated employees whose sacrifices and passion build Amazon.com. If we can keep our competitors focused on us while we stay focused on the customer, ultimately we'll turn out all right. In the old world, you devoted 30% of your time to building a great service and 70% of your time to shouting about it. In the new world, that inverts. If you're doing anything interesting in the world, you are going to have critics. You can't stop it. Move forward. It's not worth losing any sleep over. We've had 3 big ideas at Amazon that we've stuck with for 18 years, and they're the reason we're successful. Put the customer first. Invent. And be patient. Friends congratulate me after a quarterly earnings announcement and say, "Good job, great quarter." And I'll say, "Thank you, but that quarter was baked 3 years ago. I'm working on a quarter that'll happen in 2021 right now." It's hard to remember for you guys, but for me it's like yesterday I was driving the packages to the post office myself, and hoping one day we could afford a forklift.